Mr. Robbie, I can't believe it.
We made it to the top. Good morning, Miss Quills.
Good morning.
There's a cave. You can take cave tours. You can do like the amateur one is a full on. You can do a full on professional like hours long cave tour where you're like climbing in cracks and shit. There's a whole caving system up there. Yeah. So yeah, they have that swing that you swing out over the canyon.
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet.
Wow. Yeah, I wonder how old a lot of those trees were. How long it took them to grow that like that.
I know, right?
So what happened, Miss Quills? Why don't you tell us what just happened?
The bike path is closed because of fires and slides. So we are coming back to town to consider our alternatives.
And it's what, 17 miles to get to the next stop,
Uh-huh.
where we could technically pick up the bike path again.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's closed for 18 miles.
And there's no shoulder on the freeway,
No shoulder.
so we could take a 35-mile detour, but it would go up over a big mountain.
Yeah, so by bike it would be pretty hard, but we could either take public transportation or my brother's shuttle.
I think your brother's shuttle sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we found the trail again. It was a little bit of a roundabout, but we got here. I can see some cyclists down there.
Oh,
So
nice.
we're back on the trail. Whew.
Good.
You never know. So like, how far do we go before we decide to look on the map?
Uh-huh.
Ready?
Yes.
All right, let's do an update. So we are now just outside of Eagletown,
I think it was just called Eagle.
Eagle, okay. So let's update from where we were yesterday to get to here. We woke up in the morning in Dubuque and packed up our stuff, and we went to the little store there. We had breakfast, packed up some food, and then we rode all the way. It was a 60-mile ride to the town of
Glenwood Springs.
Glenwood Springs, where we rented a hotel, and then we went over to the grocery store, and we got supplies for dinner last night, breakfast this morning, and lunch. And the plan was to wake up this morning and go meet with your brother, who was going to join us and ride through the Glenwood Springs Canyon, which is a very narrow canyon with lots of rocky cliffs. But there was a recent fire and there was a recent slide that took out part of the bike path. And the bike path was actually closed. So we started riding on the bike path and we got to the closed sign and we thought, well, you know what, we got to get through. So we hopped over the fence and we started riding. And a maintenance crew guy came and stopped us and made us go back. And he said that the whole big chunk of the bike path got destroyed by a gigantic boulder that fell down the cliff. It took out part of the highway. It took out like 50,000 tons of concrete, and the whole thing was just destroyed. So he turned us around and said that there was a ride that we could take that would loop around it, which was 35 miles over one of the mountain passes, then comes back down. So Miss Coles and I went back to Glenwood Springs and we thought about it. We talked with her brother, and her brother offered to give us the ride through the canyon, which is 15 miles. He gave us the ride there and then dropped us off back where the bike path was reopened. So we've been on that bike path now for about 15 miles or so.
That's right.
We are heading towards Silverton, I think is what it's called?
Silverthorn.
Silverthorn. Okay, so we're heading towards Silverthorn, and we're going to try to stay there tonight. And then we're going to finish the ride to Denver tomorrow.
That's right.
Did I leave anything out, Miss Coles?
I think you covered it all. I think
Okay.
you covered it all.
I left out the 3 coffees that I drank this morning.
Oh, yeah.
The caffeinated beverages that I've been drinking. I'm like,
Well, I think
buzzed.
we could just tell without you telling us.
Yeah, totally. I need to cut back on that.
That's
But,
all right. We're touring.
Yeah, we're touring. It is very hot out here, even though it looks cool. It's actually very hot. The sun is very intense. We are getting lots of sun. My skin, I don't think I've ever been this tan in my life. So
Yeah.
we're trying to keep covered up. We've been pouring sunscreen on.
Yeah.
But
So I say we keep moving, huh?
we're going to keep moving and see where we can get to tonight, and then hopefully start tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sounds great.
let's keep rolling. Well, we're coming into Vail, and the elevation here is 8,100 feet. And look how much smaller the river is now. Getting close to the beginning of the river.
Uh-huh.
Look how much narrower and smaller it is.
Wow. It's amazing that all that water starts from up here.
Yep. Well, the sign back there says the bike path is closed for the season, and the only way around is Highway 70 over there to my right, but there's a clear sign on the highway that says no bikes. So we are gonna take our chances and see if we can get through. Otherwise, we're gonna have to go back and maybe get a bus ride somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know. But look at the fall colors up here. Even if we can't get through, this is still gonna be beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this.
So beautiful.
Man. I really hope we can get through here, Miss Coles.
Me too.
I don't want to have to go back and find a hotel tonight or a bus.
I know.
Well, there's a barricade here, Miss Coles. But we got to keep going.
Yeah.
This is our only way through.
Only way.
Unless we go out on the freeway, but
Yeah.
there is, oh,
Oh, look at that.
there it is.
Oh, maybe that's our connector.
That's it over there.
What?
I think so.
I hope so.
Maybe that's it. I saw a recreation trail
Yeah.
sign,
Okay.
so maybe that's it.
I do it about 4 or 5 times a week.
What?
But I live in East Vail, see, so
Wow, that's amazing.
I don't come. But you know, once in a while the Tour de France people do this.
Really?
They from the town of Vail up here when they come to Colorado sometimes.
Yeah, to do training.
And they go faster from the town to here than I do from East Vail up to here.
But you know what? I have to say, I'm more impressed by you doing this than I am by.
Really? Yeah.
So, how old are you?
91.
91, and you ride this how many times a week?
Oh, 4 or 5 times a week.
Wow.
Well,
What's the elevation here? Do you know?
It's little over 10,000 here.
10,000. And how far do you come up from? Like, what's the
Oh,
elevation?
about 8,500.
Okay, so this is about 1,500 feet for
Yeah.
you. Wow. That's
But
great.
I like to get the ticker going.
Yeah.
I think it's good to get the ticker going.
Yeah.
For a little while. And everybody passes me up, you know, with those real skinny tired bikes. But you don't have real skinny tired bikes.
No, we got big, comfortable tires.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they get us pretty fast. They go pretty fast on them.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Do you camp then at night, or where do you stay?
Yeah, we've been camping and staying in hotels, a little bit of both.
Whatever, a little bit.
Yeah, like up here at this altitude, we're going to get a hotel.
Yeah,
It's a little cold,
it gets pretty close to freezing sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're going to get a hotel tonight, which was why we got to go, because it's getting late. We made it over the mountain, and we are now in a town called Frisco, and we're going to grab some food here. And I am a wreck. I've got one sock on this hand. I had to take the other sock off of this hand because I needed to be able to navigate on the phone. But it was freezing cold descent. And then we came into the town here, and it's actually, because of all the concrete, I guess, it must be warmer. But it was, from the top, I think, we probably hit close to 11,000 feet, I think. We'll check the Strava stats later. But then we had a couple thousand feet descent down to here on this really crazy bike path in the woods with the full moon in the sky. Check it out, actually. With the full moon in the sky, but it's not a light. That is the moon. We're at this place here. It's called Hacienda Real. So far the bike's holding up really well. Teresa's bike has been making a little bit of a noise on the front wheel, and her tires she's had several flats so far. I'm going to say she's had somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 or 6 flats already. We've had to fix the tube numerous times. I think it's because her tires are much older than she remembers how many miles she put on them. I'm going to guess, just by looking at the tread, there's probably 6,000 miles on those tires. She should have switched them out before we took off on this trip. I've had 0 problems so far with flats, so knock on wood that we don't end up with more of those. But my tires have been doing great. Although I am riding more in the front, so I can kind of pick my lines a little bit better, and she's behind me more often. So she gets stuck with the debris, not being able to see the debris. And yeah. Anyway, we're gonna get some food here and then go find our hotel.